it all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the 5th game, the ace match here. An unlikely player in seed will come out to meet Curious here. And I can't help but think Curious is massively favored, Moonglade.
Yeah, I certainly give this one to Curious if it gets to that macro game, but I'm sure Seed's going to be looking for some kind of cheese. I don't see Seed going beyond 3 bases. I don't see him even saturating 3 bases. I think he'll most likely go for some sort of 2-base timing or an empty third into Blink Stalker, Sentry, all in.
Really interesting. Both analysts actually vote for Seed. The Korean analysts, that is to say, Moonglade, the foreign analyst, going for Curious here, but they must know something we don't know, because I do expect to see a cool all in here, but Curious has already held off a lot of aggression today really well. We're going to this one now, guys. The ace match, Game 5, decide who wins MVP versus SBENU. Here to the top left, as I said before, an unlikely ace match player. It's Seed. He has come out in ace before, but just did not expect this today.
Down here in the bottom right for SBENU, we do have Curious, DreamHack champion now. Already won his match today.
Same matchup as well. Yeah, versus Hero.
Look at that, it is cross spawns as well. It's going to help out Curious immensely going into that late game where he is so comfortable. We're going to see a Forge opening by the looks of it.
Yeah. Forge opening is pretty decent on this map.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that. He's even going to scout this early on, so he wants to be aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a second probe come down, drop that Forge, and go for the bottom scout.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're absolutely right. It's also, I think, a decent build for this map because the choke point is so narrow. You've even seen some players successfully wall with pylons and do a cannon rush that way on this map. That's very unlikely, but we'll see what Seed has in mind here. Probably send that probe down to make the Forge right now. There it is on the minimap. You can see it.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for it. He's going to get that scout off in the bottom right here. And it's going to be up to Curious to see what he's going to go for next. Is Curious going to go for that pool and be safe, or are you going to go for that hatchery?
Well, he shows the probe here, actually.
Okay. Well, then it's going to be that pool for sure. There's no way he's going to be throwing down a hatchery against that.
He hides the drone, though. He hides the drone.
Okay. All right.
But,
well,
let's see.
Let's see how this is going to work out, because the probe sees no pool. He's like, okay, you did sneak that that drone by. I can go for this Forge if I desire.
No vision of this.
Well, he certainly did see that. He's going to trace this down. Let's see how many drones he's going to pull. Going to be 4. It is enough, so he probably is just going to go into an empty pylon, go for that expansion. I'd be surprised if he actually come into his cannon here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let's see there.
No, Curious is following so intensely here, I don't think he could even start one. Oh, there's the probe. Always the threat is good, just like we saw Hero, a teammate of Seed, play earlier. It's just forces so much lost mind time. Perhaps, you know, no doubt, in fact, Hero and Seed are talking about how they like to open this way right now in this matchup.
Yeah, we do see it quite often. I don't necessarily think it's the best way. I mean, sure, you pull up 4 drones and they lose a bit of mining time, but I mean, you lose a pylon for it, so you lose 100 minerals. You scout so early, you lose minerals because of that as well. If the Overlord scouts your Forge early enough, you just go into a very standard sort of double hatch pool after the pool. And yeah, it's so easy for the Zerg to transition into a normal game from here.
Yeah. Well, let's see how Seed is going to transition, because his next move here is going to be important because he's cross spawn. So, you know, I just don't expect, again, as we were saying before, for Seed to try to go to late game.
I think he's going to try to keep this probe on the map. He's going to look for a very nice pylon placement. And these Lings are going to be, they have one purpose right now, just finding that probe and dealing with it. Stopping any sort of proxy on the map. And a map this big as well is a big deal.
Yeah.
Spotted it.
They found it on the watchtower. You and I are looking at that.
Yeah.
Looking at what the Overlord's looking at.
So, well, there's a cyber core. But no, here we go.
He finds a probe.
Facing the probe. Yeah, it's going to have to go home from here, and Lynx can camp outside this for days.
And now he's so comfortable because he knows that there's a very, very unlikely that Seed had sent a second probe out just to fake him out and have a hidden pylon. So he's feeling very secure now that he shut down that first probe and doesn't have to worry about anything for a while.
Yep. He's in a good place from here. And we are going to see a Stargate. And it's going to be next to the Overlord. So he knows exactly what's going on here. And this puts Curious in an even safer position because he's going to throw down 3 safety spores. Oracle's not going to do anything from here apart from to help defend the third base for Seed.
Yeah. And I think that's probably what we're going to see. Unless he decides to do some sort of like crazy Oracle 6-gate or something. Just so top on the cross spawn. So late. Going up to 4 gases.
Yeah, getting it nice and early here. And it kind of leads me to believe he will go for that third base eventually. He's going to get that +1 soon after the Oracle. And behind that, you know, 2 more gateways and start investing in sentries.
Stalker going to come out here and push these Lings back. I actually really like that.
Yeah, you have to get rid of these Lings. Otherwise, if they're staying there the whole time, they know exactly when your probe's coming out for the third base. They know exactly what kind of unit composition you have.
They can blind spores here, 3 of them. So I don't believe he actually saw that Stargate, but it's a reasonable assumption. Almost everyone is going Oracle.
Yeah, he did see it with that Overlord
at
the top right. So he knows exactly what's going on here. I mean, he did actually put that Stargate underneath, essentially, the Overlord scouting, which was kind of a mistake, or maybe it's simply he doesn't care. Hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, the Oracle is going to be a good move, because if you force 3 spores, that's already basically 3 dead drones. Like, you pay money to lose those 3, just to make sure you don't lose any more. And then you can go into double Oracle to take a third base really safely. So it's not something you have to surprise Zerg with. 2 kills. He's going to leave now with that Oracle. And some scouting information on that layer as well.
Look how saturated Curious's bases are already. Like, all 3 bases are fully saturated. He's getting 5th and 6th gas. Sorry, 3rd and 4th gas on that third base. Probably going to go for the 5th and 6th soon as well. But, man, that layer finished up so quickly as well. Just finishing now. That is insane greed from Curious.
I think he's going to go Hydras here.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's going to be Hydraling for a while. He made a safety Roach Warren as well, though it is pretty late. He could go for pretty fast Roach speed as well if he wanted to. That is 2 Oracles. He's going to be a little bit more careful here.
Ooh, got to hide behind that Spore Caller. It's going to allow him to get 3 drone kills here, though. He'll kill a few Lings as well. Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, these Lings are designed to try and cancel this third base. We are seeing speed finish up very shortly as well. Curious. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he is going to gear up for like a Viper timing at some point if we do see that Infestation Pit and Hydrogen go down soon. But he's getting +1 melee to start things off here, which is an interesting upgrade at this point.
Yeah, he's going so heavy on these Lings. Going to take a 4th base, plus the macro hatch, which means more larva to be able to create potentially more Lings and go for that Ling heavy comp.
Oh, okay. Spire.
So Mutaling.
Yeah, it looks like Mutaling's the name of the game.
I was wondering if he was going to add an Infestation Pit, but I just think Mutas are better at these spawning locations. You can just do so much with them. Oh, wow. This transfer gets caught. And all those sentries are blocked by a Stalker. I don't think he was paying attention there.
Yeah. He's got these Oracles that are always going to do some work, and he actually sees how many gateways are added, and that is an all-in if I've ever seen one. Yep. That is 5 more gateways surrounding it. He's going to be up to 8 gates here.
There's a changeling, yeah, on the main base seeing everything.
+2 and Blink on the way as well. If he wants to go for this Muta style, he's got to get it out very soon, and he's got to be on the map ready for counter-attacking here, because if Mass Blink Stalker Sentry just marches across the map, he'll just kill him.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised Seed even hasn't even realized the changeling in his main base right now. Just hanging out.
Yeah, sees everything he needs to see.
Just continuing to harass with these Oracles. If he can find any damage, it's going to make this push stronger.
Anything to slow it down here, but here we go. 14 Mutas are going to be on the way in just a moment's time. That is a lot of Mutas.
That's a lot of Mutas, man. And, you know, if he can actually hold this, he's going to be able to counterattack and do so much damage. Spine's probably going to be required to hold this attack, I feel.
Yeah, Spines in the natural would be the smart choice. You know, even just 5 or something, slow it down. Seed is not ready to move across the map at all. Like, he's completely unready for this. He is going to be camping in his base for a while longer. Zerg has complete map control already with Lings alone. And now with Mutas on the map, this amount of Mutas already, there's no way he can leave the base without getting either a hefty number of Phoenix out or just committing to an all-in and cannoning out one of his bases.
Yeah, I think he has to. I think he has to transition and start making more probes. This is crazy. We're seeing a Nidus network go down.
Oh.
And a Dark Shrine, mind you. We haven't talked about that yet either. It looks like he might be planning on doing some DT drops later, but the Nidus network means he can reinforce Lings so quickly and actually even just drop them into the main base. Ling Muta into the main, he can just kill the Stalkers.
He can kill the DT Shrine, and look at that, a recall. Oh, man. Already had to force something he didn't want to do. That's one less burn and overcharge as well. Curious is just having the time of his life right now. He's in such an easy game right now, and he's going to commit to a Nexus.
Yep, he's going to commit to it. The Mothership Core out of position. The Nexus cannon. This is already so low, down to 700 hit points. Just going to kite his way around it. And once he kills this, he can easily just continue to harass. There's no way that Seed can move across the map. It's cross spawns on this map. No way. +2 just finishes, and he can't do anything with it.
Everything just happened so slow, and Curious was in complete control. He played the greediest game he could have. And he just had the easiest sort of transition to the stage of the game. We didn't see nearly enough hallucinated Phoenix come across the map and scout for this.
Look at the production tab.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do at this point except try and hold on. Maybe he can get a second Stargate out. Maybe he can go for Phoenix beyond that. But it's already too late because there's 4 base up for Curious right now. He can go into a 5th and can transition at any time to a stronger composition.
He lost 2 Oracles for free as well, you know, which could help him at least spot where the Mulas are, help his defense a little bit, even spot this Ling attack, and any of that would have been useful. Losing those for free just further hurts his position here. He's got no tools except these DTs, and already Spore Cores need to bases.
Now we're going to see this massive engagement with so many Lings just to help bait out the force fields and stop these Stalkers doing too much damage to the Mutas, but still, you know, he can trade like this all day long.
And as soon as the force fields fade, the Lings can actually just come in and finish things off. DTs look to be cleaned up at these bases. +2 for Ling's about to finish as well. I'm going to put him in even on upgrades with those Stalkers.
And there's no real reason for Curious at this point to simply just stop making mutas. He can actually go 200 mutas and nothing else. There is no hard counter on the way. He's just making Sentry Stalker, which is just doomed to fail. You know, there's no way you can win a game like this with Sentry Stalker.
It's never going to happen. And he only has 1 Stargate. This is something that Curious has identified as well. He knows there's no Phoenix transition possible. And he hasn't seen even a single Phoenix, so he's like, wow, you're just really going to keep doing this? That's fine with me.
It's like you're actually just going to draw out this ace match with these inferior units in composition. You're trying to recover. You got the 3rd base up and running again. You're still probing it up. But from here, these mutas can just do this all day long and trade way better because there's not enough Stalkers to be split up either.
Honestly, I'd love to see him just Nidus the main and just send the Lings in there. It would just be so funny to see the Stalkers blink in and there's a ton of Lings there.
Yeah, I think he will at some point. I mean, he made it for a reason. There's a very good reason to do that. But he's just going to try and trade once again.
Yeah, and even with these force fields here, the Mulas can just back off, come back to the main base. Stalkers go there. He hits the natural again. Splitting these units up now.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see +2 air carapace on the way, but maybe he's going to go into a Greater Spire, maybe? I'd like that. I'd like to see Brew Lords.
He can pretty much do anything. I mean, he does have the +2 melee and now the +3. So perhaps he's even just going to go Ultraless here with Fungals. Right, yep, that's what he's doing. Pathogen Glands are on the way, almost finished, and the Ultra Cabin on the way now as well.
I feel like that is kind of a waste because he doesn't have to do anything like that. Based on the composition we do see right now, like, there's no way ever that he can leave his base. He can't leave the base with just Link, Stalker, Sentry. There's nothing to stop these units coming in at any time and having a massive base trade.
Here come the Lings as well. And he's actually just going to maybe try to pop all these sentries on his way out. And look at that. So many sentries go down. He does survive. 46 Lings for the Remax. Still no usage on that Nidus network.
Yeah, he could really use that in the main base at any time. There's so much fog of war up there. So much lack of vision. He seriously should be using that.
There are 2 DTs I want to point out blocking Curious from taking a 5th base at both locations. He has not dealt with either of those, so his 5th bases have been denied both times by DTs. I'm not sure if he's realized that yet. There's a Greater Spire, so he is also bringing this into the table. +3 is about to finish for Seed's army. And +3 Stalkers versus Mulas do decently well. It's just that he can never move out.
Yeah, it's not bad, but yeah, exactly that. He can't move out. There's no way he can move out ever. Not in this kind of base, not in this kind of situation. If he does get finally maxed out, what's he going to move across the map, and then 200 mutas are going to fly into his main base. Nidus is going to pop up. You're going to see this huge base trade, and there could be like a massive spine forest at home.
There's already a mini forest. You know, he's got a ton of spines. He's got Fungals ready there. 2 infestors, nearly full energy. Right here. Look, there they are.
He snipes the mothership core back there, triggers that photon overcharge. So no recall for a while as well if he ever wanted to move out.
And Curious has secured a 5th base now. I mean, we started it, I should say. No DT to deny it. There's no way that Seed can ever stop that base without getting a Warp Prism out. But with this many Mews, that's going to be basically impossible.
We're actually seeing Phoenix being made now, so he's finally going for that counter he needed 5 minutes ago.
It's just so late.
Oh,
the Ultras are on the way now.
The Ultras are out now. Like, there's so many out already. It's like we already currently see 4 out and more popping. And from here, I mean, he's just not going to have the army he needs in any regard.
He's trying to get Ultra, Phoenix, Stalker, basically, which, if he takes the right engagement, can win him the game. But Curious has already started to build a massive bank. He's got 3,000 minerals and 600 gas, and that's including, you know, that's after you take away all the gas he spent on the +3 upgrades, the +2 for the Mutalisk, all those Ultras. How many Ultras do you have now? Like 7?
Currently sitting at 6.
6 Ultras. So many.
Yeah, he's maxed out at this point, so he will either want to throw away Mutas or maybe some Lings.
Yeah,
but either way, like, he shouldn't throw away the Mutas because I think they're so useful still. Having that counter attack damage, that base trade capability, so important when you're fighting this kind of army and this kind of player who has no intention of moving out till they're maxed out.
Yeah. Okay, just going to take an engagement here. Targets on the Immortal right away. And look at this. Fungal on top of these Stalkers. Mutalisk going to town here, and here come those Ultralisks. This could just very well be the end of Seed. There are some DTs in here, though.
Yeah, DTs could actually get to work because there's
no Overseer.
No Overseer. I mean, it'll keep him alive for now, but the remax is going to come, and what's going to happen then? So many of those units just went down.
Yeah, in fact, if he got a good fungal on those DTs, that would have just been it anyways. 2 Overseers coming across the map now with this. They're going to have +3 armor, those Ultralisks.
Yeah, and they already got Cactus plating, so they'll be sitting on 5 armor.
Crazy amount of armor.
Yeah.
DT harass attempt here actually could kill this base. There's a Spore Crawler finishing, but there's no units here.
Oh, there's units nearby if he wants to defend this. Not paying attention. Now he is.
Okay, well, he's going to kill this Spore Crawler, and there's an Overseer there. Actually, just going for the hatchery with +3 is a smarter choice.
He'll get that for sure.
Not the end of the world here for Curious, but a small victory for Seed. He needs a lot of small victories if he's going to come back in this game.
He needs a lot of miracles, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them would be funneling these Ultras into a concave, perhaps in the natural, and having like 5 Immortals wail on them without taking any damage through some form of magic.
Yeah, I feel like making a second robotics facility wouldn't even be a bad choice at this point.
I think magic might be the key. I think you need some sort of...
You're like, I think you should turn to prayer. I'm like...
It might be the case. Maybe needs to like hire a witch doctor or something.
Yeah, he needs to like turn to a Wiccan religion and then like needs to change into his lucky socks. I hope he brought those heavy style in his back pocket.
Something like that. His rabbit foot around his neck.
11 Corruptors on the way. They're going to help deal with the Phoenixes, but most importantly, he can then make them into Broodlords to finish the game.
Yeah, well, at the very least, he's going to help buffer against these Phoenix as well, stop them from lifting up the Infestors, which is going to help out, as well as, killing the Overseers, which is going to give DTs more presence.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. That's a 4th base on the horizon for Seed.
He's found a way out for now.
Trying, man. And, he's going to get some harassment done here. Very few drones killed. Kill a few Overlords.
He's doing all right here. This army still, I'm Curious right now, is way too scary. And it's about Curious moving across the map with the right army and dealing that damage, crushing the 4th base, and winning that fight.
He's got 3 Immortals, soon to be 4 on the map. 4 Immortals. Going to be helpful. Trying to actually pick off a Viper there. Not successful. +3 on the way for Brood / Corruptors / Mutas.
Yeah. Looking good. I feel like he should have got that upgrade a little bit earlier when he was dominating with the Mutas for so long. Here we go. He's going to try the 4th, and that's going to be a very hard time for Seed to try and hold this one.
It's a very open area. Look at that Blinding Cloud.
Beautiful.
Oh, nasty. And the Fungals as well. This is going to be lights out here for MVP. Curious just takes it, crushes this army here, and he's got 4,200, 1,300 in bank, even if he didn't win this fight. So, time to type out. DT's here trying to help out, but he's got 2 Overseers with this army. Should morph some Manor Broodlords, but he doesn't have the supply.
Yeah, he's 2 ahead. GG. And there we go. SBENU going to take it in the ace match, and kind of a disappointing one at that, to be honest. Seed not not really playing a decent style at all. Curious just in complete control. Played the grittiest game he could have ever played. Teched as fast as he could as well. I mean, there was no pressure at all.
Yeah, he just got totally shut down by those mutas. And there was nothing else to say about that game. I mean, he never could have moved out. He was always locked in his base. And Curious was allowed to get such a huge bank, even with the DTs kind of harassing him a little bit there. Just nothing else to be said. I mean, Curious played the better game. Stopping Leonox's jokes. He's like, no, stop with the jokes. I'm actually really good. He's like, you should learn to play like me.
Yeah, seriously. DreamHack champion, bro.
He's like, you lost to Blaze Law. He's like, I beat 2 Colossus today.
Yeah, Curious looking good. Unfortunate for Seed, man. I don't know what the game plan in general was. Maybe it was going to be that standard 3-base Blink Stalker Sentry attack, but it never came.
It's too late.
It was way too late.
The Lings really shut him down there. And he always had his Oracles harassing. They could have actually defended the Ling counterattacks while he moved across the map, perhaps. Then he lost his Oracles in the middle of the map for no reason, essentially, because he was just so frustrated. He was so focused on dealing with that harassment. 3-2, the victory here for SBENU. They're only going to get 1 indicator point for this, but it's still an important win. And I have to say, MVP bringing it today. Blaze and Departure, 2 of our unsung heroes, really actually playing good games today and actually bringing us that ace match.
It was pretty fun. They definitely could have taken it the other way if Lasira maybe made the right choices in his game, or Hero played a little bit stronger, maybe attacked a little bit earlier than he did.